It can get hard to follow our instincts if we are very analytical, if we have been taught to make up our minds, listen to our minds, make decisions from our minds, from patterns based on the past, from expecting futures, from information, and not our gut instinct. So this goes out especially for all those who have a splenic authority in human design. However, everyone can benefit from this video. So my whole life, I have been very aware of responsibility. So whenever something happens, it was always who was responsible for this. Not in a judgmental way, just in a way that, okay, if it is my side, then I know what to work on. I know what to change in order for these things not to happen again in the future. And if it was not my responsibility, if it was the other person, then I know how to let it go as quickly as possible and not mentally waste time and energy trying to get to what could I have done better. Most of the time it's 50-50 or some degree of, it's kind of always two-sided. So however, for most of my life, I would spend ridiculous amounts of time after I felt my instinct give me an insight that a person, a situation or something is not healthy for me. So my body's intuition, my body's instinct, survival instinct, immune system, splenic authority, spidey sense. My spidey sense is tingling. I gotta evade the villain. And if you know Spider-Man, he has no idea why his spidey sense is tingling. He has no idea why, or in some anime or movies where superheroes can sense danger, they don't know what exactly it is. They're going to be on a battlefield, there's going to be a martial artist, he's going to be there just kind of feeling the situation out. And he's going to feel an attack coming. He doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know why it's dangerous for him. He just knows he has to get away and he has to do something in order to not get obliterated. So I've realized that my mind does not need to have an explanation at all to why the body cringes or the body evades on its own when it comes into contact with danger, unhealthy people, unhealthy environments, unhealthy situations, anything that would jeopardize my energy, my soul, my health, my integration, my alignment, my balance, my emotional stability, my mental health, my breathing, my expression, free expression, individuality, authenticity, listening to my authority. It doesn't matter. I would feel something that would scream, eject, 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 get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Remove yourself from that person. Remove that person from your life. Quit that job. Stop eating that food. Stop going to those places. Don't breathe like this. Don't overdo this. Don't overshare. Stop talking or talk more or something. So the body would give me exact signals what to do, but I always required an analytical explanation. Why? Why? Because I needed to learn from every experience. I needed to learn about if I feel something from another person. I always wanted to know from a scientific point of view, from a therapist point of view, from a psychology point of view, from sociology point of view, from healing, spirituality, emotions, mental health, human design, archetype, elemental balancing, everything. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know why. And this is okay if you want to give yourself time, if you like to study, if you're an anthropologist, so studying humanity, and this amuses you, fine. But many times it should never prevent you from actually doing the thing that the instinct tells you to do. And this is what happened to me. I would feel the instinct in the body, and I would not get away or remove myself or remove the person, or I would not listen to the instinct until I had clear understanding in my mind why that was. And not only that, but that explanation in my mind would need to be sufficient, or I would need to have a stamp, my mind would need to have a stamp of approval for it. I would need to approve that in my mind instead of just what I do now. And this is the conclusion point of the video. I realized that, and once again, especially if you got splenic authority in human design, however, this goes out to everyone. And I used to do this, in every single day, there are so many little nudges of instinct from the body about strangers in the streets, about foods, about places, about environments, about things you should do, you shouldn't do for your health. There are so many of these things that I used to live life on go, break, analyze, go, break, analyze, go, green light, red light, green light, red light, green light, red light. And every red light, I would stop the car completely. I'm stopping the car, getting out of the car, pulling out my notebook. Why is this cat in the middle of the road? Why is there traffic here? Why is my tire flat? I'm not going anywhere until I figure this out. These are metaphors. And then I realized that it's not, first of all, it's not worth it. It's not worth the time to try to understand every person in the streets, to try to understand every person on the internet, every single comment on my YouTube videos, every single client that gives me feedback, every single anything. It could be positive or negative. It doesn't matter. It's not about good or evil. It's just about how much emphasis and time do you put analyzing every single decision that you are making, that your body is telling you don't do this. And if you spend so much time, the body just says, you know what, I'm not going to give you any more nudges because you question everything that I tell you. And the more you do listen to the body, the more body's like, oh, this guy is listening to me. I'm going to give him more signs. And this is what started to happen in my life. So I've realized that 99% of the time, I just got to accept, I don't know why this person's not good for me. I don't know why they are unhealthy. Because this is how my splenic system works, my intuition system works, is I don't know why you're not healthy, and you're not healthy, and I'm not gonna stay here. And this whole apartment of yours, disgusting and unhealthy. I don't know why. Mentally, if you ask me, why don't you want to stay here? Why don't you want to be friends with me? Why don't you want to have conversation with me? Why don't you want to do this job? Why don't you want to eat this food? Why don't you want to respond to these comments? Why don't you want to watch this video? At this point, I've realized it's really too much to ask to understand every single one of those. And the more you allow yourself not to stop at every red light, to ask, why is this a red light? The more you just go through life. Because there's so much of these red lights. I emphasize this in many of my latest videos. 99% of the world needs to be ignored. 99% of the people in your life need to be ignored. There's so many distractions in this life. For you to enjoy what you want to enjoy, for you to do what you want to do, for you to create what you want to create. If I went responding to every single comment, I used to do this. I used to attach myself to comments. Why does this person comment this right now? And then I realized, if I respond to every person that says a comment is, I don't know, why are you eating at the beginning of this video? You should not have eaten at the beginning of this video. It's so unprofessional. Is this the height of your cognition? From everything that you get from a 15-minute video, you choose to focus on that. You don't want to, what about all the advice that you got? What about all the other things? And then I would sit there and I would go like this, like, what should I have not eaten, like, at the beginning of the video? Is this really relevant? Why is this person? And then I would go and see why and what, and then I would spend time. And now I see the video, and I listen to my body. I see the comment, I listen to my body. If it's constructive, I engage with it. If it's nonsense, non-constructive, somebody got triggered, somebody's personal opinion, they're mad because I'm expressing what I'm expressing, I just turn off the app. I'm just like, all right, it's a red light, but and there's so many things like this in every day. There are so many instances of this every day that if you stop at all of those, your life, it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow. And the more you do this, the more the body stops trusting you, because you stop trusting the body. You stop trusting your instinct. And then it says, you know what? If nobody's going to listen to me, I'm not going to say anything anymore. So I just realized, I don't have to have closure. I don't have to understand. I understand a lot. This is why it's a bit difficult, because I know so much psychology. I know so much about humans and human behavior. Through all the clients I've worked with, through all the people that I feel on a daily basis, through everything that I've read and seen and researched, and all my education and analysis and everything. This is my career. This is what I enjoy doing. However, I stopped at a point where it's futile, it's useless. And if it stops you from listening to your instinct, then it's even more dangerous. Because your mind stops you from doing things that are healthy for you. You stay in the relationship, you keep eating the food, you keep doing the thing, you keep doing the job, you keep going to the same places, trying to do the same thing over and over again, and that's the definition of insanity, to try and expect different results from this. So, if you want to learn how to listen to your body more, human design helps you out, whether you're an individual, relationship, a family, or children with neurodivergent, autistic, bipolar, ADHD diagnosis. If you want to turn those into superpowers, get finally seen, understood for the superheroes and little turtles and great phoenixes that you all are. How to listen to the body's intelligence, how to be free from the mind, anxiety, depression, all addictions. I help people and clients with this on a regular basis. Check out my website. You can send an inquiry email and we can set you up with mentoring, coaching, therapy, and guidance. I also do fascia maneuvers for the entire body to release all your stuck emotions in your tissues, in your body. It will help your posture, it will help you breathing, many things. Look up fascia maneuvers from Human Garage. I'm studying under them for 3 years. Human design readings, elemental balancing, archetypal balancing, somatic, nervous system regulation. Check out my courses, audio courses on my Insight Timer app. So on Insight Timer, you can find me doing live sessions that you can join for free. You can find my audio courses. You can find guided meditations. That's all linked down in the description. You can join my new group by filling out the form in the description. You can find me on Instagram. You can contact me through Instagram, contact me through WhatsApp on my website. Find me on Telegram also through the website. There's a free Telegram channel. And donate through my PayPal, also in the description if you feel like supporting. Peace, health, abundance, wholeness, prosperity, courage, and clarity. Sipping on that clarity, overlooking the deep blue sea, being cleansed by the skies above. We are love, suspended on the wings of a dove. Cleansed by that fresh air, all wounds are now mended and cared. All joy is only amplified when shared. We are one.